Right, so rice has arrived. When there is rice, there is happiness in the world. You know, the famous French queen said, let them eat rice. Is it rice or cake? Rice, might as well be rice. So anyway, here we go. This is quite a big skillet actually. So this is 1380 euros. It's got two massive shrimps, calamari, clams, and vegetables, and it looks and smells absolutely phenomenal. It really does. Can't complain. So let me try it. Let me just try it. So people out there who are not aware of what paella is, in Spain they say paella. In the Queen's English or America, Australia, New Zealand, it's paella. And if you don't know what it is essentially the Spanish fried rice. So Chinese people invented rice, and then Americans invented sushi. So you gotta just, Chinese fried rice, risotto, Chinese risotto. So it's Chinese risotto. They stir fry the rice, vegetables, they put spices, herbs, the tomato, paprika, whatever, and then they put the seafood on top, and then they just simmer it until it's cooked, and voila, you have a Spanish fried rice. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely.
They're gonna hang you in the square.
Yes, they're probably gonna lynch me in the square, and that's fine. And I love it how the seafood flavor, the prawn juice, the calamari, clams, all of that has just seeped into the rice and just boom, that's it. Delicious. When you come to Spain, you have to have paella, and you have to have more than one, because
Have some more seafood.
Seafood. Just octopus more than calamari. Looks like baby octopus maybe, or baby squid. Very strongly flavored, I like it. And the clams, look how little the meat is. But that's okay. Potently packed with flavor. So savory, so salty. Fantastic. I won't go through the prawn with you because that's messy. That's a messy ordeal, but you know what prawn's going to be like. Look at this giant prawn. Look at that. Massive prawn. Absolutely delicious.
Okay, I'm gonna dish up for me, unlike Henwood, because I want to see if there's like a crustiness at the bottom, which it doesn't look like it is.
No, not too much crustiness.
But ooh, look at that little octopus. My favorite sea creature to eat. And ooh, look, shells. I didn't see the shells. Did you notice the shells?
Yeah, I did. How can you not notice a shell?
I didn't notice it. Ooh, this is kind of more caked on, this rice. So this is our first paella here in Spain, which I'm very excited about. And I'm pairing it with a sherry fino, which is a dry sherry. I'm trying to try all the different sherries. So every time we go to a restaurant, I'll have a different one just to kind of see what they like and see which one I like. Nice, good texture. Not too soft, not too chewy. But the rice is what I'm excited for. Because I feel like... Sorry, the squid needs chewing. I feel like I've got an idea in my head of what it needs to taste like, and the only point of reference I have is having this in New Zealand, made by a man called Paella Man. So I can't say that, I wouldn't say it's not authentic, and I wouldn't say that this is authentic or not authentic, because we are in a tourist area. What is that? Is it a bee?
Smelly old wasp.
Or wasp,
Okay. Smelly old wasp.
I feel like we've got lots of experience with wasps in France and ignoring them. If they just sit down, then it's
Yeah,
fine.
let it eat rice. Look, see, even the wasp wants to eat a rice. Look at that. Look at that chomping on that rice. God damn, look at
Take
that
the rice. Take the rice.
Take the rice
it to
with
your
you.
house.
Eat it. Yes. Oh, wow, it's actually taking the rice. Holy shit. Holy crap, it's actually taking the rice. I love that wasp. Okay.
Okay, let's try this.
It actually took the rice.
You can't get over
I can't
that.
get over it. I can't get over it.
This is very good, very flavoursome, very peppery, tomatoey, very strong. I like it, very seafoody. The seafood is kind of infused in there. It doesn't have like a fishy taste, it's just got like a shellfish that's been cooked kind of taste. I don't know how to explain it. You know when you like boil or you cook prawn shell for a very long time and it releases these oils and it has like a slight bitterness, a slight sweetness, saltiness. It really has a intense flavour of like that kind of flavour. And yes, good combination.
So is it a thumbs up for you?
I like it. And I'm very excited to try the cheaper one, the takeaway one, just to compare, just to see. But this is very nice, and to be fair, for the price, this is very, very reasonable because, yeah, like it's quite a large portion, and for $13.50, like it's not bad at all. So quite a cool first paella experience. I like it. I'm so excited to eat this prawn. I don't know if I should do it on camera or off camera. Might lose subscribers for it. It's too hot, so yeah, can't do it for the camera, sorry. Okay, so we're almost done.
So we're almost done. So
How does it, what's the verdict?
look, I love it. I mean, it's really, they are from eating the shrimp. Yeah, so that must be turmeric that they've put in there, or saffron, but I think it'll be more turmeric. So look, we've been from what we know, paella is one of those things where it originated from having leftovers and whatever else you need to recycle and repurpose, and you chuck it in there and you make a rice dish with it. So I would presume, from what we've seen as well, people eating stuff, like there's different ways of making paella. It's not just like one recipe and that's it. It's like there's obviously a key ingredient, which is the rice and maybe the stock, but herbs, spices, and the protein you have in there and the vegetables, I think can differ a lot. But it's,
Here, it's not, it doesn't differ, like you either get a meat one or a seafood one. Or
yeah, I think
rice
so.
one.
And then what we've found as well is that Europe tend to be very traditionalist. They stick to the path, and then they don't generally. Well, I guess it's because probably people don't want them to deviate too much because if they did, you'd do it, right?
I just want to also add that a lot of people say coming to Spain and eating paella is a very touristy thing to do. But since we've been here, we've seen a lot of Spanish people eating this. And a lot of reviews in places are by Spanish people in Spain saying either like, oh, this one is too salty, not enough flavour, or yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's a really hard one. Like, it's a really hard one. Like when people say, oh, Spanish people don't eat as much of that. Well, don't they? I mean, if it's available readily everywhere, it's like, and it's enjoyable, I'm sure they're consumed by locals as well. And yeah, Karen's right. We've been passing tables of 4 or 5 or 6 with massive plates of paella, and they're locals or at least Spanish-speaking people from Spain. So whether they're from here or domestic tourists, they're still Spanish people, because you can tell the difference in language from the different Spanish pronunciation from different parts of Spanish-speaking countries in the world, and the Spanish way of doing it is very distinctive. But yeah, anyway, I think it's a great dish. I think it's a great dish.
Are you looking forward to trying the takeaway version?
Yeah, I am trying to take. I'm looking forward to trying the takeaway version because to me, I liken it. So I love fried chicken. And to me, I liken it to going to a restaurant or a restaurant that serves specialist fried chicken and KFC. So to me, I want to compare the two. That's what I want to compare. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you at the fast food version of the paella.
I'll put the details of this restaurant below. So this is the cheaper takeaway version of paella that we got. And we got it from a shop called La Paella, which is kind of right by the church, just over there. And this is $7.50, so quite a bit cheaper than the other one that we got. But first off, this is a seafood one, so there's calamari, mussels, and prawns. And you can see a little bit of capsicum. So this is the calamari, which is kind of weird because it looks like potato, but it's not. Right off the bat, it sounds a bit mean, but it's a little bit off-putting because they put it in the microwave, and for me, seafood in the microwave is kind of a big no-no. And you could tell the first paella we had definitely didn't have microwave seafood in it. Like, you can kind of smell that microwave seafood smell. I don't know if you know when you work in an office and there's like one person who microwaves fish, this is kind of that smell that you get. But anyway, also the other thing that you notice right off the bat is it's not as red. So when it's not as red, I think that there's not going to be as much flavor, which I shouldn't really assume because it's not always the case. The good thing about it is though that they do make it like other paellas, but they make it in a massive pan. So I think when you get it in a restaurant, I have a feeling that they maybe par cook it or par make portions and then they finish it off in an individual pan. Whereas in this case, there's a big pan and then they scoop it into your bowl. But anyway, the other thing I just wanted to quickly mention was they only have three different flavors. So they've got seafood, the black squid ink seafood one, which is very similar to this but without the mussels, and a chicken one. But yeah, they also give you aioli, so I'm gonna have some of that. I'll try a mussel to begin with.
How's the microwave mussel?
It definitely tastes like overcooked, kind of like microwave, unfortunately. The thing is, the flavor is not bad. This is definitely toned down, and I think this is more aimed for kind of budget tourists who don't want to spend €13 on a paella. But I'm going to try this calamari, the microwave calamari. It's actually not so bad. I mean, I wouldn't choose it to be microwaved, but it's not as bad as I expected. That's actually okay. That's actually not bad. The thing is that I would definitely choose the more expensive one. But in saying that, for $7.50, even though the seafood is microwave, maybe go for the chicken one. It's still not a bad dish, a bad meal at all. I like
it. So yeah, so as Karen says, from the get-go, what I've noticed is that it's a little drier than the one in fresh made in the pan. Of course you expect that because it sits in the pan ready to serve. It's ready to serve at an instant, so you don't have to wait. So I kind of get that it's going to be a little drier. But in terms of the flavor, the texture of the rice is okay, but the flavor is not as punchy as the fresh one in the pan. And I think it's just obviously when you're selling it cheaper, I approximate this is about half the price per volume. Of course, something's going to give, right? So maybe there's a lot more instant flavoring as opposed to, like individual vegetables that you put in there. I mean, you can see them cooking it fresh for you, so it's a pretty busy place. I don't think a paella pan is going to last a long time. It's going to run out. They're making it all day, so it's fresh, but it's definitely not as potent in the flavor as you would get with the fresh one. But calamari, Yeah, it seems like as well the calamari's been tenderized or brined. But yeah, the microwaving of it does overcook the seafood a little bit. I don't mind it so much because to me, you look at this meal as a value meal. And so, value comes with sacrifices. But in saying that, if budget's not an issue for you, a fresh paella is going to be the best bet because that's going to get max bang for flavor. But bang for buck, look, I'll be honest, there's a lot of protein in this. The flavor's pretty good. It's not half bad. It's not half bad. So, yeah. Anyway, make sure you click subscribe and hit that bell notification. Thank you for joining us for Paella Quest, Paella Journey. I wanted to show you the two different types of paella, a restaurant one and a fast food paella.